Welcome to Killco Audio Musings for patrons, YouTube members, and anyone else who happens to come across this. It is December 13th, 2023, at 11:24 p.m. The temperature outside is currently 1 degree Celsius, and the beverage of the evening is heavy on water. We can review. Whenever I do these, I am always surprised at how quickly they show up. They're still new, doing a podcast style whiskey related / YouTube related stuff, but I realize I'm getting ever closer to the end of this year, and then I will officially have to make a season 2 as of next year. It's a very strange feeling. I went to a tasting at Irene Tan's store last Saturday. It was my preferred type of tasting because it was not overly busy. There was kind of a steady flow of people coming in and out. It was all hosted out front and not in the back area where all her whiskey bottles are kept. So it was much more low-key, not as crowded, not too many people, not a lot of lingering. And I got to enjoy her Glen Scotia pick, which she just got last week. I have continued to do the Whiskey Advent Calendar, so doing something like this weekly podcast does feel a bit strange, since it feels like I'm talking to the internet / viewers who like my channel all too often. And not in a bad way, it's just like, I've said everything, I'm not sure what else I should talk about, guys. This does include being a somewhat functional adult by renewing my medical cannabis card. It costs $99 just to have a doctor say, yes, you require it. And the weird part about it is for pain, but it feels so weird. Like, I know he's prescribing it I know the doctor's prescribing it because they have to call it chronic pain. And I do have something similar to that with my acid refluxy stuff. And now, over the past year and a half or so, my left shoulder has become a thing that hurts on the regular. I only wish we were at the point where medical cannabis could be specifically used to treat mental disorders, but considering we're barely getting it to the point of being used for physical ailments, I feel it's going to be a while. However, my own personal journey is to find certain strains or certain edibles that will help. I have one already, a very low dose, that I can take numerous times a day if needed to help me feel less tense. Works pretty well, but I still want to try and dive into other options that I can try. I had many that I tried back in 2019, but 2020 threw everything off kilter for a very long time. And let's be real, I was manic as hell in 2019. Another adult-like adventure type thing that I did today was to go hang out with fellow local whiskey folk. They know who they are, but I made the hour-long trip to get to a place called Trillium Brewing. I recommend going to those locations. The one I go to is in Canton, Massachusetts, but there are a few others scattered throughout the area. I believe in other parts of Massachusetts. And the beer and pizza there is always on point, and I don't say that lightly. The beers there aren't fantastic. The pizzas there are amazing. The one I got today was a lemon oil Brussels sprout bacon thing. Oh, I ate the whole thing. Like, it's gone. I ate half for lunch and the rest of it for dinner. And I still have one beer that I purchased that's in a bottle in my fridge for, we'll say Friday. And that was a special, enjoyable experience, especially because it is December, that brewery was not particularly busy, since I purposely went there between lunch and dinner time on a weekday. That worked out nicely. The only problem was the traffic on the way back, and my own problem with driving after it gets dark. I have glasses that I use for that, but they're out of date, and I can only get one pair of glasses, so oh well. Makes for an interesting time. Big updates on mental health type things. One, I'm actually feeling okay in this moment. Tends to be the problem is I start to feel a little bit more stable when there's no way for me to really do much else. It is night. I can't do much. other than edit video or record a podcast. The thing that's sitting on my head, though, is that my father is in the hospital because he is going through new treatment. So uncharted grounds in a way for this new type of medication they want to use in the future. You can only cross our fingers and hope it will work. But for this entire week, he's going to be in and out of the hospital. He's spending a couple nights there now. I imagine part of the problem has been finding out what side effects they get. So that's going to suck for him. I know he said he didn't sleep well last night. Didn't inquire as to why, but I know I do not sleep well in places that aren't my own bed. And I also don't like hospitals, so yeah, I wouldn't sleep too well either. That is on my mind, but I'd like to believe I'm coping with it. But I do fear I am just stuffing it someplace else for the time being, trying to stay focused on other things, like the advent calendar I'm doing. But exercising has certainly helped. I talk about it almost every time that it is one of the few things I need to keep doing for as long as I can to keep myself stable and feeling better physically. I've looked at my weight a little bit lately. I don't know if I should or shouldn't do that. The most difficult thing for me to get used to is seeing the scale much higher than it has been in a while, and me not being, in the middle tubby. It's all this extra weight is coming from muscle mass. And they don't really tell you how to figure out which is which. You just have to guess. I know my pants still fit, so I'll assume it's muscle mass. I'm telling myself a lot of it is just the back of my head. Holiday times, I've been eating more sweets ever since October. Seasonal affective disorder, which I'm almost certain I have some of. One of the noted things is you will increase your intake of sugary sweet things. And I definitely do that. Me and my mom have that problem with sugary stuff, sweets. I try to moderate it. That's the important thing I tell myself. Is I can have a few sweets during the day, little tiny things. But I don't go overboard. I'm not eating like half a cake or anything. And I exercise regularly. It's just one of those little nitpicky things because of the time of year. Future updates. Good news, everyone. The videos for the rest of this month are done. There are 2 more videos to come out this month, and they are set, and I don't have to think about them till the end of the year. Which is a bit of a lie, since I have to record new video, edit as much of that as possible over the next 2 weeks to get it ready for next year. Since January is going to be a cool-off time. I haven't decided how much time I will take off from live streams, but considering I have been live streaming almost every day for the month of December, I know already that I will need a time to just not need to think about it. So there'll be 1 to 2 weeks of no Sundays, no Fridays going on. Just so I get the time to take it easy. And the videos will keep going. That's the important part. My main focus is to at least have 1 video every week for as long as I can handle that. I want to just take some time to assess how I'm feeling and devote a little extra time to future content. So maybe the goal in my head is to get through January before I need to get through January and then work into February. It's a weird thing, man. I don't know how people do this. January is one of those weird months where I don't know what to do because it's just fucking January. It's the month where it's like you had New Year's and that's it. February, Valentine's. Hey, 4 roses, easy. March, St. Patrick's Day. Guess what? Irish whiskey. April? Is that Easter? I forget. Anyway, May, June, July. Those are also months where I go, I don't know. August, same thing. The summer months always get me screwed up because there's not a lot going on. People aren't sitting at home watching stuff. They're doing stuff outside, which really is a good thing. And we start careening towards the end of next year. Ugh, how? Why? Blah. I'm not good at trying to plan ahead. It's part of my problem. I am attempting to look forward to it as best I can. It's just a matter of analyzing it a little better. January, I feel, is just going to be easy. I'll pick whatever I feel like and do those. There's a couple bottles that Roy, a.k.a. Aquavite, picked out, and I want to open those soon. More scotch, please. That sums it up for now. Getting ever closer to midnight, and I know I should get some sleep. So, there you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you